Welcome to a brand new deep dive. Today, we're diving into something really fascinating. It's a deep look at a cultural tradition, the Ghost Festival, especially how you see it in places like Taiwan.
Oh.
Our goal here is to unpack its, unique origins, the customs, and maybe most interestingly, the taboos. So by the end, you'll have a really good handle on this, and you'll be able to explain it to other people too.
Yeah, and what's really compelling about traditions like this, I think, is how they kind of peel back the layers of a culture. They show you the core values, the beliefs underneath. So this dive is going to give you a real glimpse into how people view ancestry, the spirit world, and how that shapes, everyday life during this specific time of year.
Okay, so let's get into it. We're talking about the 7th lunar month. Now, I know a common English name is the Hungry Ghost Festival, but my feeling is that label doesn't quite capture it, right? It seems a bit simplistic. What's the actual purpose, the deeper meaning behind this month?
You're absolutely right. That Hungry Ghost name, while, yeah, it's common, it kind of misses the nuance. This period, usually just called the Ghost Festival, it's really a blend of Buddhist and Taoist ideas. And the core meaning isn't just about scary or needy spirits. It focuses on two main things. One is honoring ancestors, right? That's huge in many East Asian cultures. And the other is caring for wandering spirits, those who maybe don't have families remembering them. So you could say it's a time to honor ancestors and also care for wandering spirits. That kind of sums it up. It's about remembrance and broader compassion.
That definitely paints a richer picture. You mentioned compassion for wandering spirits too, not just family. Interesting. And you can really feel this shift in the atmosphere, can't you? Like the smell of incense on the streets, and you see families setting up these offering tables outside their homes, just loaded with fruit, snacks, drinks. It's quite a sight. What's really going on there? What's the significance of those actions?
Well, there's a lot of intention behind all that. Setting up those offering tables, for instance, it's not just for show, it's a specific invitation. It's a gesture of hospitality. People are welcoming and treating, and they use this respectful term, good brothers. That's what they call the spirits. It's about showing respect, making them feel, welcome during their visit.
Good brothers. That's a much warmer term than hungry ghosts.
Exactly. It reflects that sense of compassion we talked about. And then you have the burning of incense and paper money. The incense smoke is sort of like a signal, It invites the spirits to come and enjoy the offerings. It lets them know they're being thought of. And the paper money, that's symbolic resources. Burning it is believed to send it to the spirit world, so the good brothers have what they need over there.
Huh. So it's quite practical in a spiritual way. So if you were trying to explain this to a friend, you could probably just say something like, families set up offering tables and burn incense to welcome spirits and let them enjoy the food. Something simple like that.
Yeah, that captures the essence pretty well. It's about welcoming and providing for them.
Okay, now this is where things often get really interesting for people looking from the outside in. The ghost month taboos. These are the what not to do rules, and they always seem to spark the most curiosity. Why do these taboos even exist? What's the thinking behind them?
Right, the taboos. Well, they basically come from traditional beliefs about this time being a bit sensitive. The idea is the veil between the spirit world and ours is thinner. So these are like guidelines developed over a long time, really, to show respect and, frankly, to avoid accidentally causing trouble or having negative encounters. With more spirits around, the thinking goes, it's just wise to be a bit more careful and more aware.
That makes sense, like being extra courteous when you have guests, even unseen ones. All right, let's get into some specifics because they're pretty vivid. First one, no swimming at night. What's that about?
Ah, yes. The night swimming taboo. The belief here is pretty potent. It's thought that water spirits, maybe people who drowned, are looking for someone to take their place, essentially. A replacement. So swimming at night when it's dark and spirits are considered more active, well, you might be making yourself an easy target for a spirit trying to pull you under.
Wow. Okay, so that's a strong deterrent. So if you were explaining it, you'd say, people don't swim at night because it's believed water spirits might pull them under. Direct and clear.
Pretty much, yeah. It's a clear warning tied to that belief.
What about whistling at night? That seems less obviously dangerous.
Well, maybe not physically dangerous, but spiritually. The belief is different. Whistling at night is seen as sort of calling out, making noise that travels in the quiet. And during Ghost Month, that kind of call is thought to attract spirits, like they might hear it and think you're calling them. Yeah. Whistling at night is said to attract spirits. Best to avoid it.
Okay, so avoid making unnecessary noise that might draw attention. Makes sense in that context. Now moving on to bigger things. No moving house or getting married. That sounds like it affects major life plans.
Oh, absolutely. The seventh lunar month is generally seen as inauspicious for big, positive life changes. Starting something new and important, like a marriage or moving into a new home. Well, the thinking is that the energy of the month, with all the spiritual activity, isn't ideal. It might bring bad luck or instability to the new venture. So yeah, people usually postpone. They wait until the month is over for a more auspicious start.
Right. So a simple way to put it is big events like moving or weddings are usually avoided in Ghost Month.
Exactly. It's just not considered the right time.
Okay, this next one is really intriguing. No picking up red envelopes found on the street. What's the story there? Sounds specific.
It is very specific, and it's linked to something called a ghost marriage. So the tradition goes, sometimes if someone, often a woman, dies unmarried, her family might want to arrange a marriage for her spirit. They might place a red envelope, maybe with money or hair or a photo on the street. If a living person, typically an unmarried man, picks it up, that can be seen as him accepting the proposal. He's then expected to marry the ghost.
Whoa, okay, so picking up a random red envelope could accidentally get you hitched to a spirit.
Basically, yes. It's about providing companionship or lineage for the spirit, but obviously carries huge implications for the person who picks it up.
Right, so the quick takeaway is picking up red envelopes on the street is linked to ghost marriages. Better not to touch them.
Definitely better not to touch them. It avoids a potentially very complicated situation.
Understood. And finally, one more common one. No hanging clothes outside overnight.
Yeah, that's another one about avoiding unwanted attention from spirits. The belief is that clothes left out overnight, especially clothes that carry a human shape or scent, might attract spirits. They might try them on or sort of borrow them, leaving behind their energy. And that's thought to bring bad luck or maybe even sickness to the owner of the clothes.
So it's about keeping your personal items clear of any spectral interference. So you'd explain it like people avoid leaving clothes outside at night in case spirits try them on.
That's the core idea, yes. Keep your laundry inside after dark during this month.
It's really fascinating how these beliefs touch on such everyday activities. Laundry, swimming, whistling. It really paints a picture of a month lived with a heightened sense of awareness of the spirit world.
Exactly. And if we kind of connect all these dots, look at the bigger picture, it shows the Ghost Festival is so much more than just rituals, or irin as it's called. It really highlights these core cultural values, doesn't it? Deep, deep respect for ancestors, that's clear. But also this surprising compassion for lonely souls, for the wandering spirits, extending kindness even to the unseen. It's quite profound.
It really is. And understanding all this, it gives you such a valuable window, doesn't it? Into different ways of seeing the world, different values. It's not just about ghosts, it's about respect, memory, compassion. So what does this all mean? It's, like you said, it's a rich story about a culture's heart.
It truly is. It shows how the living and the dead are seen as part of one community, in a way, needing consideration from each other.
Well, that brings us toward the end of this particular deep dive into the Ghost Festival. We've covered quite a bit. From the origins, the mix of traditions, those very visual customs, and of course the intriguing taboos. Hopefully you feel like you've got a much better grasp of it now. It's definitely a fascinating story to understand and maybe even share.
And maybe a final thought to leave you with. Consider how traditions like this, ones that might seem a bit strange or mysterious from the outside, often tap into really universal human needs, you know? The need to remember, to connect with family, past and present, to deal with the idea of death. And even this wider sense of community, this compassion for those who are unseen or forgotten, it just reminds us that different cultures find these really unique, beautiful ways to connect with the past, with the unknown, and maintain a sense of balance.
That's a great point, finding the universal in the specific. And hey, we genuinely love hearing from you. If there are other cultural traditions or maybe complex topics, anything you're curious about that you'd like us to explore, please send us a message, leave a comment. We're always interested in what you're interested in. Until next time, keep exploring.